Hey y'all, I'm beaming at you from my side yard today, so forgive the background noise. There will be cars cruising by. It is Sunday. We are approaching 8/8 Lionsgate, and this is an intro and an invitation to join me for the next 4-week series that I will be launching this coming Tuesday night on Jason's platform at Revelation Breathwork. I've been really enjoying these series. He keeps extending the space for me to do my thing, and what this thing is very spirit-led, and I'm doing my best to move this little Laurel, this small self out of the way, and what's coming through feels really beautiful. And I hope that it's serving those of you who have been arriving into the space in real time with me, and those of you who listen at a later date and time, at a time that fits your schedule at the Revelation Breathwork Library. So this series, this next 4-week series, I'm calling it Cultivating the Inner Landscape, cultivating your inner landscape. And because what you teach, you most need to learn. The last series was flow, and I certainly encourage you to backtrack and get into that. That taught me so much about my own experience, and now I'm on the other side of that, and there's so much more space in my experience for flow, for grace, for synchronicity. The evidence of my life being supported in the unseen realms is undeniable. It's undeniable now, so I'm living on that edge, and in that space, this next series came through. So you're getting it real fresh, really fresh, and I hope that you will accept the invitation to meet yourself in that sacred space that I have the privilege and honor and pleasure of holding for you as you come to meet yourselves, as you cultivate your own inner landscapes. And by that, I mean, most of us have some trauma. Whether you're aware of it, whether it registers as trauma or not, most of us had some experiences in our youth growing up that affected our nervous system to retreat, to retract, to constrict, to move into fighting or flighting or fawning. You can do more of that research on your own. There's no shame in admitting that this is what's happening. I'm just planting seeds because it's important to presence those energies. And one very practical way to do that is by stimulating your vagus nerve in a breathwork session, so that in that space you can unravel and you can rewire and you can reimagine and you can really experience in a very practical way healing. The healing that's needed for you to continue on this path, continue on your journey. It's quite extraordinary, and you don't have to know it. You can do research about the vagus nerve and about breathwork techniques, but after you get tired of that, you can just feel your way. Trust your heart, trust your own system to navigate you. Everything you need is already here and in place. Those of us who experience traumas and don't have the inner structure to have the confidence to navigate ourselves, this is what this series is for. Those of us who were maybe neglected or abused, or the list goes on and on. This is a safe space for you to tune in week after week after week. I'm going to go very briefly to tell you what these weeks are about, because they're going to help you with your internal processing, your internal structures, gaining that confidence internally so that you can meet your life with a lot more trust and confidence and security and a sense of safety and stability, which is really needed now as the world is doing what it's doing externally. It's important that we ground and anchor in an internal experience that can't be shaken. I mean, of course, we're going to get wobbly, that happens, but if you commit to your anchoring, to your divine internal structures, then you can withstand the storm. You can be like the eye of a hurricane, that stillness in the center of the swirl as it goes around. So week 1 is going to be the inner child. We know a little bit about this. Most of you that are listening in have heard enough of inner child work. This is more of that allowing those memories to come back in a safe way, and you being willing and able to presence the little one that might be scared, that might have been abused or neglected or abandoned, or was asked to take on way too much responsibility for a child. If those issues live inside your soma, they live inside your body, not just your memories, they live in your tissues. So it's important, it's relevant to presence those, to discharge that energy so that we can move along, so you can move along in your life. You can grab a hold of that little child. I've been doing a lot of inner work with my infant, which I've been doing this work for 15 years, and I've never really presenced my infant before, but she's the one who's coming up for loving, and it's been a real privilege to hold her energetically close to my heart and to let her know I'm not going to put her down. The second week is going to be inner mother, and I don't mean your mother, I don't mean your mom, I don't mean the woman who raised you or didn't raise you, or adopted you or betrayed you or broke your trust. I mean the divine mother energetic, the feminine energetic that is alive and well, that nourishes you, that you can turn to for a sense of belonging, a sense of well-being, a sense of comfort, a sense of holding, a sense of being held. She knows how to tend to you. She knows how to presence you. She knows how to love you. Are you willing to open up to that inner mother that's already alive inside of your experience? The third week is going to be inner father. Wow. That energetic, powerful, divine energetic is such a strong sense of security and safety and stability and power and wisdom and loving discipline. The Father will call you forward. The Father will call you out. The Father will help you stay on your feet as you walk forward in your life. He will model for you. You can rest in the inner mother's arms while your inner father keeps the perimeter safe for you. That has been my experience. And I'm speaking about this. I'm speaking about all of this because these are the things that came alive in me while I have been a student of Jason, while I have been in his Wednesday night classes for the last 2+ years. These are the energetics that came online for me that have served me so wholeheartedly, which is why I am now offering them to you. The fourth week is the higher self, which kind of encompasses all of it, and yet it's the part of you that's already made it through this bullshit. It's the part of you that's calling you forward. Your higher self is way more integrated, way more charming and funny and wise, less fearful, less frightened, less anxious, not ashamed, has a sense of humor, can play the part of the fool, can keep it light, can keep it easy, can be serious when needed. The higher self is the part of you that probably has called you here into the breathwork community. The higher self is always available for guidance if you can listen, if you're willing to listen. And as you take note and as you follow the guidance, more comes through. I gotta fix this. More will come through. That's been my experience. It's been my higher self that helped me get out of my toxic marriage. It's been my higher self that helped me break my romance with cannabis. It's been my higher self that talks me out of getting involved in Netflix or BitChute or YouTube spirals of watching people watch people watch people. What is that about? My higher self has been there all along, and I've just cleared out enough of the gunk. I've cleared enough of my own system to really have a very intimate relationship. So now it's basically kind of constant. I can ask the question, the answer arrives. Do I take action on it? Yes, more now than I ever have, because it's gotten way more fun because I've done the hard work. You know, Jason says it's not for the faint of heart. That's true. And he also says to be consistent. That's the miracle. This is the 4-week series. I hope you will come and explore. I hope you will choose yourself and making time for yourself to stabilize and to build this inner structure, this inner landscape, to cultivate it with your own loving presence, your own loving heart. It would be an honor to see you in that space, and I hope that happens. Check it out, Revelation Breathwork. That series is going to start this coming Tuesday night at 7 p.m. I love you. Take good care. Mwah.